Of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Let's go.
Now, here's the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier.
Greetings, salutations, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you courtside inside of historic Frosty Holt Fieldhouse, where Carson-Newman and Bluefield State are set to match wits in the Eagles' lone non-conference contest of the season. Eagles 3-4, trying to win back-to-back contests for the first time since the middle of February in 2020. Eagles coming off of that rambunctious and rip-roaring 73-54 win over Lenore-Ryan on Saturday. Meanwhile, Bluefield State, it's been an interesting start to the season for the Big Blue. Under fifth-year head coach Derek Price, the Blue out to a 1-2 start on the season. Opened the year with a loss to Lincoln way back on November 24th, and then didn't play another game until this past weekend. And the Big Blue split two contests with the King Tornado, defeated King in Bluefield before losing on the road in Bristol the next night. So Bluefield State looking for some consistency. So, again, such a small sample size. Normally you get to January 20th and you have a pretty good concept of what a team's going to be like. At least for Bluefield State, it seems like that is predicated upon an up-tempo style of play. Bluefield State likes to get up and down 89 points per game, 47.5% shooting from the field for a team that plays a fast and frenetic style. So that much is known, but does the Big Blue have some consistency leveling up? Carson-Newman certainly has here of late. Eagles have played really well since the second half of the Tusculum game. Won that half against the Pioneers, played a solid 40 minutes against Anderson in the win. If the Eagles don't turn it over in the waning moments of a contest with Queens, they have a win over a top 25 club, and then of course, just the fourth win by more than 19 points or more in series history with Lenore-Ryan on Saturday. So the Eagles playing consistent basketball. Can they keep it up and build on success? That's something that Carson-Newman hasn't really had an opportunity to do just yet this season with the herky-jerky nature of playing in the middle of COVID. Bluefield State, nice two-man show. Marquez Cooper averages 17.6 points a game for the Big Blue on 45% shooting, while Alex Nunnally is one of the best double-double producers through 3 games in the country, averaging 16 points and 14.3 rebounds per game. He is a physical specimen and a load downstairs for the Big Blue. For Carson-Newman, the emergence of Ren Dyer continues. The reigning Tennessee State Sports Writers Association Player of the Week. Dyer, just the third guy in the last 21 years for Carson-Newman to score double figures in 5 consecutive games as a freshman. He'll try to keep the good times rolling here today against the Big Blue, bolstered by quality double-digit efforts by E.J. Bush and Luke Brennigan in Saturday's game over Lenore-Ryan. This is the AEC Countdown to Tip-Off. Eagle fans, AEC is your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. It's service you can trust and value you can depend on. Powering Mossy Creek, we are AEC, member-owned and service-driven. Carson-Newman and Bluefield State on the docket here today. These teams met a bunch in the 1980s, old NAIA rivals. Bluefield State, the better of the Eagles historically in the series, with a 6-4 series lead on Carson-Newman. As an NCAA member, the Eagles have squared off with the Big Blue just twice, both with Chuck Benson as head coach. Eagles dropped a 2-point affair before Christmas, 80-78, in Benson's first year as head coach. Came back and won 89-90 in the last meeting with Bluefield State. That was back in 2011. So a fair amount of history. And again, the Big Blue leads the all-time ledger between the programs, 6-4. We return on the AEC Countdown to Tip-Off. We check in with Chuck Benson, get his pregame thoughts after these messages on the Eagles Sports Network.
If you're looking for official Eagle merchandise, look no further than the Carson-Newman Bookstore. With a large selection of Carson-Newman gifts and apparel, you're sure to find something to please the entire family. From stuffed eagles to towel sets, sweatshirts, shorts, hats, and slippers, we literally have you covered from head to toe. We have just the item you're looking for no matter what the season. So whether you're an Eagle student, parent, alumni, or fan, shop us for everything orange and blue. Call 865-471-3539 for more information and store hours. We'll see you at the Carson-Newman Bookstore.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
An interview with head coach Chuck Benson heads your way in 60 seconds on the Eagles Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success. At the Cade Insurance Agency, our focus is you. At Cade Insurance, we're your local agents, real, live members of the community, only 2 blocks from Carson-Newman. We understand the importance of having the proper coverages for your vehicle, whether it be taking a drive through the Smoky Mountains or just driving around listening to your Eagles play. Our team at Cade Insurance can help you get the best coverages with the best companies at competitive prices. Call 865-475-3391 for a quote today, or visit CadeInsuranceAgency.com.
Time to check in with the Eagles head coach. Here's Chuck Benson alongside the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier.
Back on the AEC countdown to tip-off, Carson-Newman continues its home stand against the Bluefield State Big Blue. Adam Cavalier alongside Carson-Newman head men's basketball coach Chuck Benson. Chuck, we talked on Saturday that you were looking to avoid a hangover against LR. You did that in spades. Now how do you build on success for your lone scheduled non-conference game of the year against a very fast and frenetic Bluefield State club?
Well, it's easier than you might think. I really believe because we've not got to play a whole lot. You know, we've played 7 games, and so in so many ways, what you might find in mid-late January, some just guys maybe not quite as excited. That's not where we are. Our guys are excited to play, and our guys know that any minute COVID can shut you down or shut your opponent down. So we're trying to capitalize and make the most of every opportunity we get.
You look at Bluefield State, and the thing that sticks out is pace of play. They can score. They scored a fairly efficient clip, but they also give up lots of points. It's been a minute since you faced a team that has the style of speed that the Big Blue has. How do you slow them down, or do you try to keep step for step with them?
Well, this is one of those just very traditional style makes the fight kind of scenarios. And I think our guys are pretty committed to doing what we do and enticing the opponent to play our game as opposed to us losing poise and focus and trying to play their game. I'm confident we won't do that. I'm confident we'll stay committed to what we're doing. It'll just be a battle of wills, so to speak.
Adam Cavalier alongside Carson-Newman head men's basketball coach Chuck Benson. You look at the Big Blue, and certainly the guy that stands out to you is a 6'6" junior from Washington, D.C., Alex Nunley. 16 points a night, 14.3 rebounds a night. He's got a double-double in 2 out of the 3 games that the Big Blue has played. What is his skill set like? What makes him such a formidable force offensively and on the glass?
First of all, he's built like a brick house, and he plays very hard. Obviously they have a very small sample size of games with 3 games, but he's averaging 5-6 offensive rebounds a game, so you know he's a tough physical guy that's determined. And then offensively, he'll shoot a three, but he loves going towards the glass, whether he dribbles it to get there or whether he posts. But he's trying to play around the basket as much as possible. And we've got to do a good job, first of all, to keep him off the offensive boards, and then secondarily, make him shoot tough twos. So we sort of know what we need to do. We just got to now fulfill that.
Pretty good 1-2 punch, too, with a 6'4" junior guard in Marquez Cooper averaging 17.6 a night. How's he similar? How's he different?
The funny thing about him, our team's very familiar with him. He is the incarnation of Reese Anderson. He'll be the fastest guy on the floor. He can, get 94 feet in the blink of an eye, gets in the paint, hyper athletic. So we know what he's about, and we've been able to see that as a program day in, day out for 4 years. So I don't think we're going to be surprised at what he brings to the table.
You look internally, and your team has showed remarkable growth here since coming back in 2021. What's the next step to take for Carson-Newman men's basketball?
I think we just got to continue to get more comfortable. I mean, if you think about, and I'll even use like an E.J. Bush, who is from an academic standpoint is a senior in college, but from a Carson-Newman standpoint is only his second year here. So he's still getting comfortable. But then you look at our true traditional freshmen. I mean, we're playing 5 guys a lot. And, 7 games into your freshman year, you don't have a lot of experiences. So I just think across the board it's about getting comfortable and learning how to play for our staff and learning how to play with each other. And I like the way it's trending. I will say that. Our guys have taken a quantum leap in my mind during this month of January.
Chuck, pleasure as always. Good luck tonight against the Big Blue.
Thanks, Cap.
That's Carson-Newman head men's basketball coach Chuck Benson. Starting lineups headed your way when the AEC countdown to tip-off returns after these messages on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
With AEC's You Save Advantage program, take advantage and upgrade your home to save on energy. Eliminate large upfront investments and allow energy savings to provide the payments for energy upgrades on your bill. An AEC certified energy inspector visits your home to determine the options for energy efficiency. Then AEC installs the new energy efficiency measures and recovers its cost with a charge on your electric bill. Contact AEC today to start saving. AEC, we're power with purpose. Don't go anywhere. Tip-off is next.
Left wing, skips it right corner. Cam Holmes wide open for a 3. Bang, bang!
When we return on the Eagle Sports Network. Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency, 423-586-4320, or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
This
Wall is rolling down the middle of the lane, and he puts Daniel Zach on a poster.
is Carson-Newman men's basketball on the Eagle Sports Network.
Right corner, open 3, knocked down.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative, Domino's, the Carson-Newman Chick-fil-A, by ShopCNEagles.com, by the Cape Insurance Agency, the Eagle Club, the Bible Insurance Agency, by Pepsi, the Tennessee National Guard, by Magaha Electric, InterDigital, and by Lisa's Country Kitchen. Now, here's the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier.
All right, we welcome you back inside of Holt Fieldhouse. Carson-Newman and Bluefield State ready to get rocking and rolling, and let's get you squared away with the starting fives. First for the visitors from Bluefield State, a lineup that features a trio of guards and a pair of forwards. The guards, you heard Chuck Benson say in his pregame interview, Marquez Cooper, a Reese Anderson type, really quick and can get up and down in transition. He's a 6'4" junior guard averaging team best 17.6 points per game. The other guards, Sean Isaias and Brandon Anianwu. Anianwu, 11 points per game out of Inglewood, California. Isaias, 15.6 out of Hudson, Florida. The forwards, Tajmal Toney, 6'6", sophomore out of Cleveland, Ohio, averaging 15.6 points per game. And then Alex Nunnally, the load for Bluefield State, at 16 points and 14.3 rebounds per game, 6'6" junior out of Washington, D.C. Bluefield State under the direction of Derek Price. Starting five for Carson-Newman. It is the same as the Eagles have utilized in their previous 7 contests. E.J. Bush, Luke Brennigan, Ren Dyer, Bryant Thomas, and Trip Davis. The freshman Dyer, the leading scorer of that group with 12.7 points per game. E.J. Bush chipping in with 12.3 a night, and Luke Brennigan 11.9. Eagles in the pristine home whites, white tops, white shorts, blue numbers trimmed in orange on the front and back of the jerseys. Carson-Newman written around the numerals on the front of the jerseys. Bluefield State road blues with gold numbers and a gold stripe up the sides. It's Toney versus Thomas for the jump balls, deflected into the backcourt and deflected out of bounds off of Marquez Cooper, and it will be Carson-Newman basketball to start this game. Bluefield State, little 2-2-1 full court zone pressure as Trip Davis brings it over the timeline. Isaias picks him up as he breaks into the front court and gets it around to Luke Brennigan, right wing. Dump it down to Bush, right block, back to the basket. Couple left-hand dribbles into the paint. Hop, step, pump, dish, Dyer, left corner. High arcing three, front iron, no. Rebound poked around, and Nunnally controls it for Bluefield State. Bluefield State onto the offensive end. Eagles settle into their 2-3 zone. Bluefield State hasn't seen a lot of zone this year, just 10 possessions of it so far in their 3 games. Isaias drives, dishes, head of the key. Anianwu around to the right wing. Cooper a triple, rainbows in. Bluefield State the opening salvo of a right wing three with a hand in his face from Marquez Cooper, guy who shoots it at just 23% from beyond the arc on the season. 3-0, Big Blue. Eagles onto the offensive end. Bryant Thomas around to Luke Brennigan, right wing. Brennigan, ball held above his head, passes to Trip Davis at his waist. Davis, left-hand bounce, over to Thomas, left elbow. 10 to shoot, into the high post. Bush, one dribble, turns, right hand, over top of Toney, and knocks down the 10-footer from the SAC logo, middle of the lane. Carson-Newman on the board. Trailing 3-2, a minute 15 in. Bluefield State brings it front court. Bounce downstairs, Nunnally. Left block, turns, right hand, hook, rattles in over top of Bryant Thomas. 5-2, Bluefield State the lead, 90 seconds in. Eagles work it from right to left. Davis, around to Dyer, left wing. And a man with Anianwu. Drops it off for Bush, left block. Working on Nunnally. Shoves off, now shoots over top of him. Bush short, front of the 10. Rebound poked by Thomas out to the head of the key, where Cooper grabs it for Bluefield State. Cooper wearing a gray headband brings it front court. Big Blue up by a triple. Eagles settle into their matchup zone. Cooper, left-hand dribbles, chest pass to Toney at the head of the key, around to Isaias, left wing. Isaias, couple right-hand dribbles. Bluefield State looking for space. Nunnally, right baseline, fading from 15, knocks it down. Bluefield State has made its first 3 shots, and the Big Blue out to a 5-point edge. 7-2 with 17:50 to play in the first half. Eagles onto the offensive end. Trip Davis, right wing, feeds Bryant Thomas, head of the key, around to the left wing for Luke Brennigan. Brennigan, chest pass, Bush, head of the key, open for a 3, takes it and makes it. E.J. Bush dialing long distance from straight on and connecting. Eagles within 2, 7-5, 17:30 to play in the first half. Big Blue bring it front court. Cooper, right wing, hounded and harassed by Ren Dyer at the top of the zone. Gets it into the high post for Tony. Backs it out to Anianwu at the head of the key. Back to Cooper, right wing. Deep NBA range three. Missed everything there. And Cooper jawing at Ren Dyer on his way back up the floor. Chuck Benson instructing Ren Dyer to back up as the officiating crew separates the two. Eagle ball out of that as Brennigan crosses the timeline for Carson-Newman. CN can tie with a 2, take the lead with a 3 on this possession. Bryant Thomas out of the key. Over to Brennigan, left wing. Brennigan, hounded by Cooper, drops it off to the left baseline, Bush. Bush faces the basket, drives on Tony, gets into the paint, double pump, layup, right hand, won't go, short, front of the 10. Tony elevates, pulling the rebound for Bluefield State. ESC onto the offensive end. Anianwu out of the key, chest pass Asias, right point. Bluefield State runs the weave against the zone, gets it into the left corner for Marquez Cooper. 13 to shoot. Cooper, left point. Trip Davis picks him up. Moves left on the screen, does Cooper. 8 to shoot. Backs it out Nunnally, left point. 6, 5. Right head of the key for Anianwu. Extra pass, left corner. Tony a 3. Left it short. Rebound into the corner. Tony saves it in off of E.J. Bush's hip. And it stays with Bluefield State. Great defensive possession for Carson-Newman. Excellent hustle by Tony. Carson-Newman's boxing out, trying to let the ball go out of bounds. Tony with the hustle play to save it and generate an extra possession for the Big Blue, up by 2. 16-13 to play in the first half. Cooper, left wing, drives left baseline, shot blocked from the left corner by Thomas, and Luke Brennigan corrals the rebound for Carson-Newman. Eagles fly up the floor. Davis gliding to the cup. He's fouled hard as he gets up and down. Charge the foul to Asias, his first, and the team's first. That brings us to a break in the action. 15:58, entertaining basketball here inside of Holt. Bluefield State leads 7-5 here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
At the Cade Insurance Agency, our focus is you. The Cade Insurance Agency offers personalized protection plans to cover your auto, home, business, or life and health. At Cade Insurance, our goal is to partner with you in determining your insurance needs and to provide the best customer service. At Cade Insurance, we believe that loyalty is a quality that is earned. You are important to us. Call 865-475-3391 for a quote today or visit CadeInsuranceAgency.com.
15:58 to go in the first half. It's a 7-5 lead for Bluefield State over Carson-Newman. Big Blue hit all three of their first 3 shots, I should say, but hasn't scored since. 2 minutes without a bucket for Bluefield State. Carson-Newman just 2 of 6 from the field. Eagles have had chances to tie or take the lead, but have been unable to do so. Eagle fans, AEC is your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. It's service you can trust and value you can depend on. Powering Mossy Creek, we are AEC, member-owned and service-driven. Trip Davis is at the stripe for Carson-Newman, shooting a pair of free throws, trying to tie this one up after he was fouled on a transition layup attempt before the break, and he calmly buries the first free throw to make it a 1-point game. 7-6, Bluefield State, 15:58 to go in the first half. One more free throw for Trip Davis. Sends it skyward and knocks it down. 7-7. All knotted up with 15:54 to play in the first half. Eagles go to a 1-3-1 look, now morphing back to a 2-3 zone for this possession as Bluefield State gets it onto the offensive end. Anianwu out to Cooper, left wing, around the horn to the right point, Asias. Asias spinning to the free throw line, and he walks with the basketball. Lost his footing as he went through the spin cycle, did Sean Asias. Asias turns it over for the first time for Bluefield State. 7-7 ball game, 15:34 to play in the first half. Carson-Newman with a chance to grab its first lead of the contest. Won't happen. Steal by Anianwu. Heading to the rack. He's blocked on the chase down block from Rin Dyer. Ball deflects out of bounds and stays with Bluefield State. Rin Dyer just has a knack for that. His third chase down block in the last, 11 minutes of basketball, going back to that second half of the LR game. Stays with Bluefield State, though. Esias triggers from the right baseline. Chest pass to Anianwu at the head of the key. Anianwu dumps, high post for Tony. Turns, shoots from 17, missed it. Bowens boxes out Nunnally for the rebound. Pass was deflected out of bounds to Tony, off of Tony, and it goes to Carson-Newman. Bowens was trying to outlet it to Brennigan up the floor, but Tony, active hands, try to create some havoc for Bluefield State. Big Blue has missed its last 5 shots, haven't scored in 2:45. Eagles haven't been able to capture the lead yet, though. They've got the ball here, though. Bowens, right baseline, drives inside, draws a double team, reverse layup. Bowens hits an acrobatic shot, count it, plus a foul. Right to left across the face of goal, plus a foul on Nunnally. His first and the team's second. Eagles in front, 9-7. 5 minutes in, it's a 7-0 Carson-Newman run. Bowens looking to give Carson-Newman a 3-point lead at the charity stripe. Bends his knees, flicks it up, and knocks it down. 8-0 Eagle run after the Big Blue jotted out to a 7-2 lead in the early going. Under 15 to play in the first half. Eagles 10, Bluefield State 7. Bluefield State onto the offensive end. Anianwu out to the head of the key for Tony. Tony drops it off left corner for Esias. Couple right-hand dribbles, feeds Anianwu head of the key. Round to Cooper right wing. Baseline drive. Cooper to the cup. Lays it up and in with the right hand off the window. 5 for Cooper. Stops an 8-0 Eagle run in a 3-minute scoring drought for the Big Blue. Pulls Bluefield State within 1. 10-9, 14:30 to play in the first half. Carson-Newman onto the offensive end. Davis drops it off left corner. Bowens drives inside on Nunnally. Drop step, kick out for Dyer. Anianwu anticipates it, steals it. Anianwu to the cup, right-hand finger roll, gets it over the front lip of the rim, and lays it in. Guarded well against Dyer, chasing him down. Bluefield State with 4 in a row to retake an 11-10 lead with 14:07 to play in the first half. Eagles work it right to left against man-to-man defense from Bluefield State. Brennigan, right wing. Drops it off to the right corner for Joshua Butts. Butts left-hand dribbles into the lane. Drop step on Tony, and he lays it up and in with the left hand off the window. Strong take by Joshua Butts, his first points. Eagles retake the lead, 12-11, 13:44 to play. First half. Bluefield State gets it front court. Eagles stretch out in their 2-3 zone. Esias hands off for Anianwu, skips it left wing for Tony. Tony, right hand dribbles into the corner, left side for Cooper. 8 to shoot. Cooper spinning around, whirling Dervish into the lane, chucks up a shot, and it ricochets in off the window. High difficulty as Cooper converts in traffic off the glass from 10 feet out. He's got 7 to lead all scores. Bluefield State retakes the lead, 13-12 with 13:10 to play first half. Eagles onto the offensive end. Butts head of the key. Chest pass to Bowens left wing. Bowens right hand dribbles up top with 11 to shoot, and he gets it to Davis right wing extended. 9 and 8. Davis between the legs, dribble on Esias. 6 and 5. Davis to the cup, blows past Esias and lays it in off the window. 4 points for Trip Davis. Eagles recapture the lead, 14-13 with 12:46 to play in the first half. Bluefield State brings it front court. Anianwu over to the left wing for Tony. Baseline drive, cut off, kicks it Nunnally. Left wing 3, barely draws iron. Bowens the blocks out left block for Carson-Newman. Eagles front court. Dyer tries to shove it inside to Butts, but Esias anticipated it, picks it off. Bluefield State in transition. Cooper, catch and shoot, right wing 3, barely grazes the front lip of the rim. Brennigan the rebound at the free throw line for Carson-Newman. Eagles onto the offensive end. Bowens right baseline. Start and stop move into the paint, picks up his dribble, kicks it out. Davis head of the key. Davis drives inside, feathers up the shot with the left hand, in and out, no good. Nunnally pulls down the rebound for Bluefield State. Eagles maintaining a 1-point lead in spite of the miss with under 12 minutes to play in the first half. Bush and Thomas up off the bench, likely to replace Bowens and Butts the next break in the action. 12 to shoot for Bluefield State. Nunnally free throw line jumper, chucks it up, misses it off to the right. Davis corrals the rebound on the right block for Carson-Newman. Eagles with a 1-point lead in hand. Bring it front court. Brennigan, right corner. Sliver of daylight, fires the three. Back iron, no. Dyer skies for the rebound, tosses it out. But to Anianwu, 2-on-2 break for the Big Blue. Left wing, Tony. Thought about the three. Instead, knifes inside on Brennigan, kicks it out to Nunnally. And Bluefield now sets up in the half court. Left wing, Tony tries the three. Front of the rim, no good. Bowen's the box out on Cooper to allow Davis to corral the rebound over the sack logo in the middle of the lane. Carson-Newman onto the offensive end. Bluefield State hasn't scored in 2 minutes. Neither has Carson-Newman. Dyer, left wing with the ball, hounded by Anianwu. Dyer drives on him, gets to the cup, glides in and throws it down with the right hand. Rin Dyer tomahawking his way through the middle of the lane to power home the right-hand thrust. 16-13, Eagles by a triple, 10:50 to play in the first half. Bluefield State onto the offensive end. Anianwu between the rings. Tosses down low, right block Nunnally, up and under move, gets it to go off the window, past Butts. 16-15, Bluefield State halts a 2.5-minute scoring drought, pulls within one. 10:34 to play in the first half. Eagles onto the offensive end. High-low action, Butts right side of the lane. Faces the basket on Nunnally. Left hand dribbles into the lane, now back to the basket. Curls around, right hand shot up, hits the backboard, nothing else, but he's fouled in the act of shooting, and that brings us to a break in the action. Foul was on Alex Nunnally, his second, team's third, with 10:23 to play in the first half. Carson-Newman maintaining a 16-15 lead on Bluefield State. Back and forth basketball, one tie, 5 lead changes here in Holt. This is the Eagle Sports Network.
Protect your home from unwanted electrical surges like lightning. AEC can install a surge protection device at your electric meter. The device works by diverting excess voltage either back into the system or to the ground. AEC also offers power strips for use inside your home to protect electronics and other items. The cost of this protective service from AEC is $9.95 per month. Ordering today affords you no connection fee. AEC. We're power with purpose.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
10:23 to play in the first half. Carson-Newman maintaining a 16-15 lead on Bluefield State. Good back-and-forth basketball here inside of Holt. One tie, 5 lead changes. Bluefield State jumped out to a 7-2 edge before the Eagles countered with an 8-0 run. It's been Carson-Newman in the lead very narrowly for the most part ever since. Joshua Butts is at the line to shoot 2 for the Eagles. Reminder, Eagle fans, that Domino's is the official pizza of Carson-Newman. When you're hungry, reach for Domino's. Get a large one-topping pizza for $5.99 with your Carson-Newman ID. Domino's, it is the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Joshua Butts bends the knees, puts the first free throw up, and hits the front iron. No good. One more free throw for Joshua Butts. Now 3 of 6 at the line on his young Carson-Newman career. Butts, southpaw, sends it up, missed it off to the left. And DJ McDonald grabs the rebound for Bluefield State. It's Cooper, McDonald, Anianwu, Shaibu, and Crump on the floor for Bluefield State. Smith, McElhaney, Bush, Bowens, and Nick Brennigan for Carson-Newman. Anianwu, left wing with a rock, curls into the lane, gets to the right block, draws a foul as he tosses up a right-handed shot halfway down and out, and Nick Brennigan gets called for the body bump. That is just the first foul of the half on Carson-Newman. And obviously the first on Nick Brennigan. So Anianwu with an opportunity to push Bluefield State back in front at the line. He's 3 of 7 at the stripe on the season. Bends the knees, the right-hander flicks the first one up and bangs it home. Tie game, 16-16, 10:03 to play first half as Bryant Thomas swaps in place of Joshua Butts. One more free throw for Anianwu. Again, bend the knees, this for the lead, and he knocks it down, nothing but net. 17-16, Bluefield State back in front, 10:02 to play first half. Trey Smith trapped in the backcourt, and he loses it out of bounds. Back to Bluefield State it goes. 5th Carson-Newman turnover of the half, as Desmond Freeman comes up off the bench to replace Anianwu. So Cooper, McDonald, Shaibu, Crump, and Freeman. No Nunnally, the double-double machine. He's on the bench with 2 fouls. Cooper triggers into Crump at the head of the key. One left-hand dribble back to Cooper, left wing. Back up top, Crump. Crump throws it into the Carson-Newman bench. Was looking for Freeman all the right wing. But Crump released that one, and Parker Olay was the receiver of that pass. 17-16, Bluefield State by a point after the Big Blues' second turnover of the half. Trey Smith brings it front court for Carson-Newman. And the Eagles get it onto the offensive end. Smith, left corner. Thought about the three, thought better of it. Passes a pass into the paint. It's deflected off a bunch of bodies, and Cooper comes away with it for Bluefield State. BSC onto the offensive end. Cooper down to the right baseline. Kick it out, Freeman left wing. Bounce into the left corner for Shibu. Shibu back to the basket, backing down Bush with 15 to shoot. Turns into the lane, chucks it for Cooper under the 10. Double clutched and draws a foul. Charge it to Bryant Thomas. His first, team second. And Marquez Cooper will head to the line where he's been pretty automatic. 14 of 16 from the stripe on the year. Game high 7 points for him. And looking to extend a 1-point Bluefield State lead at the stripe. Pins the knees, and the first one's long. Hey, Eagle fans, Lisa's Country Kitchen serves the best home-cooked meals that the Lakeway region has to offer. Lisa's Country Kitchen is the official restaurant of the Carson-Newman Eagles. One more free throw for Marquez Cooper. Pushes it up, makes the adjustment, and doesn't get the charity roll. That ball bounced 3 times on the front lip of the rim before falling off into Bryant Thomas's arms. So the 1-point lead stays for Bluefield State. Eagles can retake the lead on this possession. Nick Brennigan wants a 3, head of the key, back iron no. Long rebound over to the left corner for DJ McDonald. Bluefield State onto the offensive end. Cooper curling around, hits Freeman, left point 3 on the way, and he buries it, nothing but nylon. Second made 3 on 4 attempts for Bluefield State. The Big Blue, 20, Carson-Newman 16, 8:43 to play in the first half. It's a 7-0 Bluefield State run. Eagles onto the offensive end in need of an answer point. Haven't scored in 2 minutes. Bush, free throw line, just dropped that pass. Crump gets the outlet, knifes to the cup, and lays it in. A 9-0 Bluefield State run, and the Big Blue up by 6. Largest lead of the night for either team. And Chuck Benson calls for time. So we'll step aside. Now, they're just going 30-second timeout, so we won't step aside for a break just yet. Turnover is an issue for the Eagles, 5 of them in the last 4:26, and that has enabled Bluefield State to get off and running on this 9-0 run. A lot of points in transition for the Big Blue to get out to this 22-16 lead, as the Eagles haven't scored in 2.5 minutes. And it's because of ball security. 8:28 to play first half, 22-16 Bluefield State, with Bush, McElhaney, Nick Brennigan, Trey Smith, and Bryant Thomas on the floor. Bluefield State counters with full court pressure. Nick Brennigan in the backcourt. 5 to get it across the timeline, accelerates over the right side of the floor against Desmond Freeman. Brennigan, left hand dribbles to the head of the key, chest pass McElhaney, right wing, tries the triple, back of the rim, no good. Long rebound for Freeman. Bluefield State on the hop. Crump, middle of lane, 15-footer off the mark. Bush grabs the rebound and sends C in flying right to left. Brennigan, right wing, pumps the brakes, down by 6. Downstairs, Thomas left block, turns into the lane, drops it off for E.J. Bush. Kick out Brennigan, right wing, tries the triple, short, front iron. Rebounded on the right side of the paint by McDonald. Bluefield State ranging left to right. Crump, left corner, 3, short, offensive board McDonald. His layup blocked out of bounds by Bryant Thomas. And that brings us to a break in the action. 7:43 to play in the first half. Carson-Newman hasn't scored in 3 minutes. They've turned it over 5 times in the last 5 minutes. Eagles looking for some offensive consistency. Bluefield State in the middle of a 9-0 run and leading by 6. We're back to Holt after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
7:43 left in the first half. It's Bluefield State 22. Newman 16. Eagles have been their own worst enemy in the last 5 minutes, turning it over once a minute in that span. Haven't scored in 3 minutes. And in the interim, Bluefield State has taken their biggest lead of the game off of a 9-0 run. And now the Big Blue on the inbounds pass. Crump received it in the front court, backpedaled into the back court, and gets called for over and back, much to his shock and chagrin. So Carson-Newman trying to take advantage of the Bluefield State turnover. Dyer, left wing, has the basketball for Carson-Newman. Gets it to Bowen's left baseline. Couple dribbles into the lane. Drops it off. Right block butts. Turns around. Hits it with the right hand off the glass. That'll stop the streak and get the Eagles within 4. 22-18. 7:22 to play first half. First Eagle bucket in 3+ minutes. And it stops a 9-0 Bluefield State run. Bluefield State onto the offensive end. Cutting inside, Tony gets it to the right block for a Shibu layup. He misses it. Butts corrals it. Shibu tries to strip him and will get called for the foul. That's the first on Shibu, fourth on Bluefield State. No Alex Nunnally on the floor for Bluefield State, the 16-point, 14-rebound-a-night guy on the bench with 2 personals. Hasn't much mattered for Bluefield State. Still winning without him. Eagles on the offensive end. Dyer, shake and bake, right corner. Gets it to Bowen's right block. Leans into his defender. Layup, tickles the twine. Stood on the front of the rim, then fell in for Tyler Bowens. Carson-Newman has scored the last 4 to get within 2 with 6:40 to play in the first half. Bluefield State onto the offensive end. Freeman into the high post. Tony left elbow. Kicks it out to Crump, head of the key. Crump left around a Tony screen and roll. Lob it to the right baseline. 15-foot shot chucked up and in by Arafat Shibu. 24-20, Bluefield State by a quartet. 6:20 to play in the first half. Eagles bring it on to the offensive end. Davis head of the key around a Dyer right wing. Dyer dials long distance and connects. Rin Dyer has 5. Carson-Newman's within 1. 24-23, 6:02 to play in the first half. Bluefield State works at front court. Eagles stay in their matchup zone. Crump with it right point. Couple left-hand dribbles. Brings it to his waist and chest passes it to Tony left wing. Tony cutting to the cup. His layup won't fall. Rebound tapped up and Dyer corrals it for Carson-Newman. Eagles range right to left with it. Luke Brennigan right corner. Baseline drive, gets into the paint, shovel pass. Left block, Bowens leans back, can't hit the fall away, but he's fouled. And charge this to Taj Mahal Tony, his first, team's 5th. The Cade Insurance Agency is one of the oldest and most experienced insurance agencies in the Lakeway region. Visit CadeInsuranceAgency.com or call 865-475-3391 for a quote today. That's CadeInsuranceAgency.com. Owens misses the first free throw. Or the phone number for Cade Insurance Agency, 865-475-3391. Call them today. So at best, Tyler Bowens can level this one up at the charity stripe. One dribble, bends the knees, flips it up, and gets the roll. All square at 24. Eagles have erased that 6-point deficit and deadlocked it at 24 apiece. Bluefield State gets it onto the offensive end. Crump, left wing with the rock. Gets it in the left corner for Freeman. 10 to shoot, dribbles head of the key, back to the left wing, Anianwu. Anianwu bounce into the high post for Nunnally, back out left corner for Tony. 3 to shoot, Tony for the head of the key, Anianwu, NBA range 3, front of the rim no good. Bowen's the long rebound on the left wing for the Eagles, and Cian brings it front court, looking to break this 24-all tie. Brennigan finds Bowens at the head of the key, drives inside on Nunnally, gets the cut, chucks one up, off the backboard, nothing else. Looking for contact and a foul, and Nunnally grabs the rebound for Bluefield State. Bluefield State can get back on the front foot on this possession. Head of the key, Freeman, chest pass, Anianwu, high post, Nunnally. 15-footer, turnaround, rattles home for Alex Nunnally. He has 8 and leads all scorers. Bluefield State retakes the lead. 26-24 with 4:25 to play in the first half. Eagles onto the offensive end. Bowens, right elbow. Fires a pass inside. Thomas, kick out. Luke Brennigan, left corner, 3. Bang, bang! Luke Brennigan. The wide open look from the corner, and Carson-Newman retakes the lead. 27-26 with 4:08 to play in the first half. Good offensive execution. That possession for the Eagles with quick ball movement in and out of the post. Bluefield State on the offensive end working against the Eagles zone. Crump, right wing. Hands off, head of the key, Nunnally. Left-hand pass to the right wing for Anianwu. 8 to shoot. Anianwu loops at left wing, Freeman. 5-4, Freeman, free throw line, kick out. Crump, right wing 3, back of the 10, no good. Rebound loose, grabbed by Tony. Shot puts it to the rim, that won't drop. Gets his own rebound, reverse layup, no. Tipped up, loose into the right corner. Trip Davis grabs it for Carson-Newman. Eagles fly up the floor. Ahead to Thomas running the middle of the lane. He hits the right-hand finger roll. 29-26, Carson-Newman in front with 3:29 to play in the first half, and Bluefield State calls for time, so we shall step aside for a break as well. 3:29 to play in the first half. Carson-Newman has made 5 of its last 6 en route to a 3-point lead. 29-26 on Bluefield State right here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
My name is Cadet Amber Calvillo. I'm in the 278th in the Army National Guard, and I currently go to Carson-Newman. I joined the Tennessee Army National Guard for the experience mainly, so I can say that I'm a part of something totally bigger than myself.
Text 278-ACR to 70000 to join the Tennessee Army National Guard.
3:29 left in the first half. Carson-Newman has jaunted out to a 29-26 advantage. Eagles outscoring the Big Blue 13-4 over the last 4 minutes of game action to grab this advantage. Eagles stay in their 2-3 zone. Free throw line jumper. Rattles home, though, from Anianwu. Pulls Bluefield State within 1. 29-28 with 3:13 to go in the first half. Eagles work it from right to left. Trip Davis, right wing, lobs to E.J. Bush, right baseline. Couple left-hand dribbles in the lane. Spin move on Tony, and Bush sticks it in off the window. 7 for E.J. Bush to lead the Eagles. Carson-Newman stretches the lead back to 3, matching their biggest at 31-28 with 2:53 to play in the first half. Bluefield State front court, they turn it over. Pass inside, intended for Nunnally, intercepted by Dyer. Eagles roll down the middle of the floor. Bryant Thomas stuffs it home on the break. Biggest lead of the night for Carson-Newman. 33-28 on the Bryant Thomas jam. 2:35 to play in the first half. Eagles have made their last 4 shots. Shooting 57% from the field in the opening half of basketball. Bluefield State front court. Cooper, left wing. Hits it on Anianwu, head of the key. Drives, left elbow, off balance, 15-foot runner, won't go down. Dyer skies to pull the rebound away from the shooter. Eagles bring it front court. Davis accelerating to the cup, glides in, won't go. Whistle, foul. Free throws should be coming for Carson-Newman, and who's this on? Big one. It's on Alex Nunnally, his 3rd, and the team's 6th. So the double-double machine for Bluefield State has picked up his 3rd personal in the first half. So Nunnally with his 3rd. And Trip Davis heads to the line to shoot a pair. Davis bends the knees. First free throw, back of the rim, no good. Eagles just 4 of 8 at the line today. One more free throw for Tripp. Been a nice little 5-minute stretch for Carson-Newman. Eagles outscoring Bluefield State 17-6 over the last 5 minutes and change. Trip Davis short on the 2nd free throw. Can't add to the 5-point edge. 2:08 to play first half. 33-28. Eagles leading by 5. Bluefield State onto the offensive end. High post for Onionwu. Dribbles inside, kicks it out for Cooper, right corner. Cooper flashes into the post, but his pass stolen away by Bryant Thomas. Eagles in transition. Trip Davis down the left side of the lane. His shot blocked. Second chance Eagles. Dyer running the middle of the lane. His shot won't fall. Follows his own miss and tips it in. Ren Dyer, relentless. He's got 7. That's the Eagles' lead. Biggest of the night for either team. Bluefield State countering. Cooper, right point. Drains the 3. 35-30. 31, pardon me. Bluefield State claws within 4. 85 seconds left in the first half. Eagles onto the offensive end. 3 halted a 6-0 Carson-Newman run. Head of the key, Bush. He wants a triple. Falling away, missed it front of the 10. Onionwu reaches up to pull in the rebound for Bluefield State. 67 seconds left. Eagles leading by 4. Onionwu, left of the lane, kicks it out to Cooper between the circles. Cooper motions with his left hand. Right hand dribbles around a Shibu screen to the right wing. Cooper fires inside. Shibu, 10-foot jumper over the SAC logo. Tickles the twine. 5-0 spurt for Bluefield State, and they're within a pair after the Eagles led by 7. 35-33 with 41 seconds left in the first half. Brennigan in the front court, guarded tightly by Cooper. Loses it between Shibu's wickets, out of bounds to Bluefield State. So the Big Blue with an opportunity to tie or take the lead on what could potentially be the final possession of the half. 35-33, Eagles by a pair, as Cooper will bring it front court for Bluefield State. 10 points for the Big Blue as he brings it across the timeline. Negligible difference shot clock to game clock. 17 and maybe 17.6 as Cooper dribbles out what will likely be the final possession of the period. Cooper left around a Tony screen, head of the key. 5 and 4. Cooper guarded by Brennigan. Wants the step back 3 from NBA range, and it's in and out, no good. That is how the first half comes to a close with Carson-Newman in front, 35-33. Credit Bluefield State. The Big Blue closes the period on a little 5-0 or 4-0 spurt, 5-0 spurt, to get within 2 at the halftime break. Eagles, though, leading 35-33 in the first meeting between these two programs in 9 years. Halftime breakdown after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser-focused on your success.
AEC is a distributor for Marathon energy-efficient water heaters. We offer 30-gallon to 105-gallon tanks. Marathon water heaters are durable, lightweight, and warranted not to leak as long as you own your home. Foam insulation allows these thermal storage units to provide long-lasting temperature control. Marathon's lightweight tank is easier to maneuver and position. And the bowl-shaped tank bottom allows complete sediment draining. AEC, we're power with purpose. It's halftime. We'll head back to the arena for the ShopSeeingEagles.com halftime report in just 60 seconds on the Eagle Sports Network.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
The number one source for Carson-Newman athletics gear is ShopSeeingEagles.com, where you can find gear from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour. Shirts, jerseys, sweatshirts, shorts, pants, hats, and scarves. ShopSeeingEagles.com is your source for everything CN. You can even show your school spirit on your smartphone or tablet. All of your game day essentials can be found in one place. ShopSeeingEagles.com.
It's halftime. Stats, a check of the ShopSeeingEagles.com sack scoreboard. And interviews are all headed your way.
Anderson down the left side of the lane, gliding to the rim, and he thunders it down with two hands. He puts Cody on a poster.
But now here's the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier.
Really interesting contest here inside of Holt Fieldhouse. A narrow 35-33 lead for Carson-Newman over Bluefield State. Eagles certainly the more efficient of the teams at 54% from the field, but Carson-Newman hampered by 8 first-half turnovers. Granted, Eagles actually have more points off of turnovers than the Big Blue, but that providing some empty possessions for Carson-Newman, and the Eagles unable to work the lead out a little bit more in spite of that. Credit Bluefield State. This has been a back-and-forth tooth-and-nail contest. 3 ties, 7 lead changes. Carson-Newman had led by as many as 7 before Bluefield State scored the final 5 of the first half to make it a 2-point game at the halftime break after weathering a little 5-minute section where Carson-Newman outscored them 17-6 to build a 7-point lead. But this one has been entertaining. It has been a 2-man show largely for Bluefield State. Marquez Cooper, the Big Blue leading scorer on the season and in the game, averaging 17.6. He's more than halfway to that with 10 on efficient shooting, 4 of 8 from the field and 2 of 2 from 3. Alex Nunnally, who has been a walking double-double for Bluefield State, has 8 points, albeit in 3 foul-plagued in 13 minutes where he has picked up 3 fouls. So that is something to watch for in the second half. Alex Nunnally, how much does he play with 3 fouls? Carson-Newman, a balanced scoring effort. 7 different guys have scored, led by E.J. Bush and Ren Dyer, who both have 7 points. Bush, 3 of 7 from the field. Dyer, 3 for 4. The pair both 1 of 2 from long range. Tyler Bowen's quality 6 points off the bench for Carson-Newman. Teams even in rebounding with 17 apiece. Carson-Newman has 8 assists to Bluefield State's 7. You look at the stat sheet, really does add up to a tight contest. The shooting numbers identical in terms of the makes. 14 from the field for both teams, 3 from beyond the arc. And the difference right now, Carson-Newman 4 made free throws to 2 for Bluefield State. Probably something to circle, too, for Carson-Newman. Eagles just 4 of 9 at the charity stripe. We'll take a look around the South Atlantic Conference when we return to Holt Fieldhouse, including a massive top 20 showdown over in Greenville, Tennessee, where Carson-Newman's women are playing. That's after these messages on the Eagle Sports Network.
If you're looking for official Eagle merchandise, look no further than the Carson-Newman Bookstore. With a large selection of Carson-Newman gifts and apparel, you're sure to find something to please the entire family. From stuffed eagles to towel sets, sweatshirts, shorts, hats, and slippers, we literally have you covered from head to toe. We have just the item you're looking for no matter what the season. So whether you're an Eagle student, parent, alumni, or fan, shop us for everything orange and blue. Call 865-471-3539 for more information and store hours. We'll see you at the Carson-Newman Bookstore.
Okay, let's see. I'm ready to do this. Carson-Newman. It's been around since 1851. Lots of flexible online programs. Wow. World-class accredited academics. A faith and learning environment with professors who really care about me. A top 10 best value school. Carson-Newman gives $48 million a year in financial aid. This is the perfect place. I'm in.
A check of the ShopCNEagles.com SAC scoreboard is next. This is the Eagle Sports Network.
At the Cade Insurance Agency, our focus is you. At Cade Insurance, we're your local agents, real, live members of the community, only 2 blocks from Carson-Newman. We understand the importance of having the proper coverages for your vehicle, whether it be taking a drive through the Smoky Mountains or just driving around listening to your Eagles play. Our team at Cade Insurance can help you get the best coverages with the best companies at competitive prices. Call 865-475-3391 for a quote today, or visit CadeInsuranceAgency.com.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
The Eagle Sports Network is part of SAC Live, the official digital network of the South Atlantic Conference. SAC Live is the home of all your South Atlantic Conference sports action, including 20 SAC championships. Time to get caught up with some SACtion. Here are the happenings around the South Atlantic Conference and the nation. Let's go around the league with a ShopCNEagles.com scoreboard update. Now back to the arena.
All right, halftime here at Holt Fieldhouse, where Carson-Newman leads Bluefield State 35-33, but over in Greenville, Tennessee, number 20 Carson-Newman in a really entertaining game, ahead by 3 with Tusculum. We'll take you there, let you listen into a little of Michael Wattrang's call for the stretch run between the Eagles and Pioneers in a top 20 matchup.
On the shot clock. Arnwine with 4 fouls back into the game. The team's leading scorer has not scored so far in the game. Arnwine to her right, gets to the paint, kicks it out. Rodriguez right corner. 7 to shoot. Rodriguez hesitating, stopping. Free throw line. Tough double clutch jumper is too strong. Rebound to Pierce. And here comes Carson-Newman ahead by 3. 4:40 to go in the game. 50-47, 4:35 to go. O'Shear's right wing for Carson-Newman with 16 to shoot. Dribbles left to the free throw line, steps in for a jump shot. She just left it short. She was wide open. A shot she normally makes, but missed it short. 4:20 to go, 50-47. Carson-Newman on top of Tusculum. Dixon left point, gives Arnwine. Arnwine around a screen, stops for a jump shot. O'Shear's with a shot block, but Sutton gets it back, and they say it's a recycle. How did that recycle? It didn't look like Carson-Newman had possession, but Tusculum gets a benefit here. And they'll recycle the shot clock all the way back to 30. But Boshears picks the pocket of Arnwine, and then they whistle a foul on Carson-Newman. Wow. If you're Mike Mincy, he has got to be absolutely upset with the officiating on that possession. A, the shot clock shouldn't have reset, and B, he probably didn't like that foul call. Nevertheless, one more stoppage in play here, 3:56 to go. 50-37, Carson-Newman on top. Can they hold the lead? We'll find out in the final 3:56 on the Eagle Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Don't know what to wear on game day? Head over to shopseeandeagles.com for all of your Carson-Newman Athletics gear. You can find clothing from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour to cover you from head to toe. ShopSeeAndEagles.com also has duffel bags, backpacks, jewelry, pet supplies, and gifts. Don't waste any more time. Prove you are the ultimate Carson-Newman fan with the official gear of the Eagles at ShopSeeAndEagles.com. Visit today.
The clock shows 3:56 to play. It's Carson-Newman on top, 50-47. Carson-Newman 20 in the country. Tusculum's number 7, both undefeated on the year. Tusculum ball as Dixon gets it top of the key to set up the offense for the Pioneers. She dribbles right, barrels over Smith, and they call a foul on Carson-Newman. I mean...
Well, that's Michael Watrang over in Greenville, where Carson-Newman's women ahead by 3 over Tusculum in a battle of 2 top 20 teams here in Holt Fieldhouse. Carson-Newman a 35-33 lead at the break over Bluefield State. We'll see if the Eagles can close and find Fettel here in Holt. Second half action headed your way next after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
How do you show your support for Carson-Newman? Head over to ShopSeeAndEagles.com right now, where they have all of your needs covered. From clothing to outfitting your tailgate party, whether you're hunting, fishing, or on the golf course, ShopSeeAndEagles.com is the place for you. All of your everyday essentials, from pens to phone chargers, are in one place. For the best gear in the business, visit ShopSeeAndEagles.com today.
Since 1916, a lot of independent agents have recommended auto owners insurance, and a lot of parents have taken that recommendation to heart. So have a lot of their children, and grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. As we celebrate our first 100 years, Auto Owners Insurance thanks all those who have put their trust in us, and all the generations who will.
This is Carson-Newman basketball.
Bills top the key. Pull up 3 on the way. Got it. Charlie Clark dialing long distance with impunity.
On the Eagles Sports Network.
I joined the Guard for the simple fact that I could be home and also in the military. So I can have a civilian job and also in the military.
Final!
I would tell somebody who's trying to join the Guard, or thinking about it, that it's a great opportunity. Opportunities for school, training, discipline, leadership. There's a lot of opportunities. They broaden your perspective.
Next, 278-ACR to 70000 to join the Tennessee Army National Guard.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We've got a quality contractor network, easy financing, and ANC inspects every job to assure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aecoop.org for application, contractor list, and more details. AEC, we're power with purpose.
35-33, the halftime lead for Carson-Newman over Bluefield State. It's Big Blue basketball out of the halftime break. Carson-Newman with Davis, Brennigan, Thomas, Bush, and Dyer on the floor, while Bluefield State counters with Cooper, Nunnally, Tony, Isaias, and Anianwu. And we are all set for second half action in the Eagles' lone non-conference contest scheduled of the year. Bluefield State and Road Blues going from right to left with the basketball. Anianwu, left wing, fires up a 3, airballed it well strong. Cooper saves it in and then gets pilfered by Ren Dyer. Cooper hounding Brennigan in the backcourt. Doesn't want to let him get a crack at the rock, but the Eagles bring it into the front court. Left corner, E.J. Bush has it. Faces the basket on Nunnally, drives inside, dishes out, head of the key. Brennigan straight on three, grazes the iron. Bush an offensive rebound, flicks it in to the left wing for Trip Davis. Davis around to Brennigan right wing, pump fakes the three, steps left, pumps again, fires inside, Thomas right block. Back to the basket on Tony. Thomas twists in, shoots over top of him, Strong off the backboard. Nunnally the rebound. It's saved in, this time accurately to Tony. And Bluefield State works it from right to left, trailing by 2 a minute into the second half. Bluefield State closed the first half on a 5-0 spurt. Nunnally, left block, fading over Thomas. That's Strong from 10. Dyer pulls in the board for Carson-Newman. Eagles on the hop offensively. Davis, left corner. Lob down to the left block, Thomas. One dribble, takes it in, gets stripped. And that's pilfered from him by Taj Maltoni. Big Blue onto the offensive end. Tony. Dribble handoff on Ionwu left wing. Drops it off into the high post for Nunnally. Nunnally backs it out to Cooper left wing with 15 to shoot. Cooper cuts inside, dips and gets it to Tony left baseline. He takes it in. His shot erased by E.J. Bush. Steps out of bounds. And shot clock reset. I think they said possession change, but the officials will congregate on this. And they are going to say that the possession changed hands, and shot clock resets to 20. So a second look for Bluefield State. On Ionwu, out to Cooper, head of the key with 10 to shoot. Cooper knifes down the right side of the lane, lost it out of bounds off of his kneecap. Back to Carson-Newman it goes off of Bluefield State's 6th turnover. Scoreless for the first 2 minutes of the half both ways. Eagles maintaining a 2-point lead as Davis brings it front court for Carson-Newman. Screen and roll to Bush down the left side of the lane, gets past his defender and lays it in off the window. 9 for E.J. Bush off of Trip Davis's 3rd assist. Eagles by 4. Big Blue the other way. Cooper driving right baseline, and he stepped on the baseline. 7th giveaway for Bluefield State. 37-33. Eagles by 4. 17:41 to play in the second half. Brennigan works it over the timeline to the head of the key and finds Bush up top. Around to Davis left wing. Here's a whistle and a foul, and it's a big one. Alex Nunnally called for his 4th away from the basketball. The double-double machine to the bench with 17:33 to play in the second half. His 4th, team's first on Bluefield State. Got called for the wraparound hug on Bryant Thomas away from the ball in the middle of the lane. Dyer inbounds Davis, right block, turns, left-hand leaner, won't fall. Rebound punched out of bounds by Thomas, and it goes to Bluefield State. Play design was there. Eagles just missed the bunny. 1 of 3 start from the field. 1 of 4 start from the field for Carson-Newman in the second half. Bluefield State has missed its first 3 shots and turned it over twice. 37-33, Eagles by 4. Cooper, left baseline drive, gets the cup, has his shot erased at the 10 by E.J. Bush, but a whistle and a foul. Charge this to E.J. Bush. His first, and the first on the Eagles of the half. So Marquez Cooper will head to the line to shoot a pair for Bluefield State. Cooper really good at the line, 3 for 3 today as he buries the first, and 17 of 19 for the season. Gets Bluefield State its first points of the second half and pulls them within 3. Chance to make it a 2-point game with the second. Puts it up, and Cooper rattles it home. Slow roll around the iron before dropping in off the back of the 10. 37-35 as this pass deflected over the scorer's table. And good hops by Brandon Ionwu. He cleared the table, and a little subwoofer speaker we've got down at the end there. Without knocking anything over. Stays with Carson-Newman after the athletic deflection out of bounds. Trip Davis around to Bryant Thomas right point. Eagles with a 2-point lead. Brennigan right wing. Left around to Thomas. Screen gets it to Bush head of the key. Back to Dyer left wing with 9 to shoot. Dyer, one dribble, finds Thomas head of the key. 7-6 over to Davis, right wing. 5-4, Davis free throw line, accelerates to the cup. Layup won't go. Whistle, foul. Free throws for Carson-Newman with 16:49 to play in the second half. And charge this foul to whom? To Arafat Shaibu. His second, team second. A pair of free throws for Trip Davis. Davis 2 of 4 at the line today. Eagles with a 2-point lead, 37-35. That was the halftime margin. Davis, a couple left-hand bounces. Flips the first of 2 toward the rim and tickles the twine. Hey, Eagle fans, check out Carson-Newman Athletics' official online store at shopseeandeagles.com. It features more than 1,100 products from T-shirts and polos to phone skins and pet collars. Shopseeandeagles.com, the official online store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Davis, a 2 of 2 trip as he buries the second. And it's a 39-35 lead for Carson-Newman with 16:45 to play in the second half. Bluefield State works it onto the offensive end. Head of the key for Anianwu, around to the left wing for Esias. Esias, right-hand dribbles head of the key. Flicks it to Tony, right wing. 10 to shoot. Tony into the paint, kick it out. Left corner. Here's an off-balance, long 17-2 for Cooper, and he buried it. High difficulty shot for Marquez Cooper. Didn't matter. Got it to go. 39-37. Bluefield State pulls within 2 with 16:10 to play in the second half. Eagles get it front court. Dyer exploding down the right baseline. Can't finish the shot, but Bush follows through with the tap from the left side. Bush, the first Eagle, into double figures with 11. It's a 41-37 lead for Carson-Newman with 15:55 to play in the second half. Bluefield State brings it front court. Left wing, Anianwu fires down low for Arafat Shaibu, but out of bounds. Shaibu couldn't shed his man, cutting to the block. And that brings us to a break in the action after Bluefield State's third turnover. 15:46 to play in the second half. Carson-Newman 41, Bluefield State 37. Slow-going start to the second half. Eagles outscoring the Big Blue by 2 for the second half and by 4 for the game here on the Eagle Sports Network.
How do you show your support for Carson-Newman? Head over to shopseeandeagles.com right now, where they have all of your needs covered. From clothing to outfitting your tailgate party, whether you're hunting, fishing, or on the golf course, shopseeandeagles.com is the place for you. All of your everyday essentials, from pens to phone chargers, are in one place. For the best gear in the business, visit shopseeandeagles.com today.
At the Cade Insurance Agency, our focus is you. The Cade Insurance Agency offers personalized protection plans to cover your auto, home, business, or life and health. At Cade Insurance, our goal is to partner with you in determining your insurance needs and to provide the best customer service. At Cade Insurance, we believe that loyalty is a quality that is earned. You are important to us. Call 865-475-3391 for a quote today, or visit CadeInsuranceAgency.com.
With 15:46 to play in the second half here in Holt Fieldhouse, Carson-Newman has a 41-30 lead over Bluefield State. And with 2 seconds in the fourth quarter, Carson-Newman leading number 7 Tusculum 53-51 over in Greenville. Michael Watrang has that call on the Mountain 106.3. Eagle ball out of the break. Full court press from the Big Blue. And Carson-Newman will break it across the timeline right side with Trip Davis handling. Davis, right wing, drops it off for Bowen's head of the key. Bowens switches it to Dyer left wing. Right around a Bowen screen to the head of the key. Dyer a between the legs dribble. A low bounce to Bowen's left block. Curls in the lane. Spins left. Double clutches. Shot up. Bowens hits it off the window. High difficulty for Tyler Bowens, and he stretches Carson-Newman's lead to 6 with his 8th point. 43-37 with 15:20 to play in the second half. Bluefield State on to the offensive end. Esias, left wing, drives inside. Contact with Bowens. Can't finish through it. Airmails the layup, and Butts grabs the rebound for the Eagles. See in front court, leading by 6, looking for more. Bowens exploding to the rack. Whistle, foul on his way to the cup. Charge this to whom? To Arafat Shaibu. Posts in foul trouble. Shaibu with his third, and the Big Blues third. Nunnally on the bench with 4 personals. Score update from Greenville, headed to overtime on a Dixon layup at the buzzer for Tusculum. 53 all through 40 minutes, not enough in a battle of 2 top 20 teams. So Tyler Bowen's at the stripe for Carson-Newman here in Holt. His first free throw is long off the heel. So at best, he can match Carson-Newman's biggest lead of the contest with his second foul shot. DJ McDonald swapping in for Bluefield State, replacing Arafat Shaibu, who will exit with 3 personals. Bowens flicks the second free throw up, missed it off to the right. McDonald collects the carom for Bluefield State. Lead holds at 6 for Carson-Newman with 14:50 to play in the second half. Tony with it front court for Bluefield State, down to the left block. Teardrop up, won't fall. Whistle foul for the rebound. Dyer collected it, but away from the ball. Somebody shoved off. Let's see who gets called for the foul, and it is Dyer. His first, team second. Freeman to inbound from the right side of the basket. Goes into the right corner for Anianwu. Around the horn it goes for Bluefield State against the zone. Freeman head of the key. Freeman, the left wing for Anianwu. 10 to shoot. Finds Cooper head of the key. Back to Anianwu. Left wing 3. Front of the 10, no good. Butts seizes the rebound. Saves it into Bowens. It deflects off his hands right to Freeman, who has a look what I found layup. 43-39. Bluefield State pulls within 4. 14-10 to play in the second half. Eagles get it onto the offensive end. Right block, Tyler Bowens. Backing down Tony. Spins right, up and under move. Whistle, foul. Tyler Bowens back to the stripe after Tajmal Tony gets his second and the team's 4th. 14:01 to play in the second half. Carson-Newman leading by 4, looking to extend the edge at the free throw line. Posts in foul trouble for Bluefield State. Nunnally with 4, Arafat Shaibu with 3. Bowen's first free throw rattles home. He's got 9. Staring down his second career double-digit scoring effort is Tyler Bowens. Bend to the knees. Free throws on the way, and that one's smooth as silk. 10 for Tyler Bowen. Second career effort in double figures for him. It's a 6-point lead for the Eagles. 45-39 with 13:54 to play in the second half. Bluefield State onto the offensive end. Freeman around to the right wing for Cooper. Right hand dribbles on the baseline, pumps and gets Dyer into the air, feeds Anianwu right wing. Back to Cooper on the wing with 10 to shoot. Cooper tries a deep NBA range 3, back of the 10, no good. Trip Davis tips up the rebound to himself on the left side of the lane and corrals it for Carson-Newman. Gets it ahead to Brennigan front court. Tries to sing a pass down to the right block, but it's pilfered by Tony. Bluefield State the other way after Carson-Newman's 10th giveaway, the second, though, of the second half. 45-39 Eagles, 13-19 to play in the second stanza. Left wing, Tony drives baseline, gets the cup, has his shot erased out of bounds by Joshua Butts. And it stays with Bluefield State with 13 to shoot. 13-12 to play second half, 45-39. Been a back and forth affair. 3 ties, 7 lead changes. Neither team has led by more than 7. Eagles are ahead by 6 right now. Cooper, head of the key. Slow pass to Anianwu left wing. Takes a step inside the three-point arc. Fires a long 2 and rattles it home. Anianwu with 8 points as he stepped around the defender to fire that one. 45-41. Bluefield State pulls within 4 with 12:50 to play in the second half. Eagles onto the offensive end. Dyer, left wing. Goes to the head of the key for Butts, around to Davis, right wing. Hand in his face, man-to-man from Freeman. Lob downstairs to Butts, right block. Turns into the lane, kick out Dyer, left wing. Dyer drives the middle of the lane, glides the cup, left-hand finger roll won't fall. Rebound saved in off of Butts and out of bounds. And then it deflects off of a seated DJ McDonald, who had landed on the first row of seats before it actually hit the ground. And so it stays with Carson-Newman with 20 to shoot. What an interesting save there. Great hustle by McDonald to flip it in, and the accuracy to put it off of Butts, but he threw it off of him so hard it wound up in his lap on the baseline. Eagles with a second chance off of that weirdness. Leading by 4 with 12:25 to play in the second half. 13 to shoot for Trip Davis, right wing extended. Left around a butt, screen to the head of the key, zips it downstairs to Bowen's left block, lays it up. Strong off the window, long rebound, punch to the left corner, corralled by Freeman for the Big Blue. Bluefield State front court. Cooper Euro stepping to the 10, and he lays it in. 16 for Cooper. Bluefield State has clawed within 2. 45-43 at the 12-minute mark in the second half. Eagles 3 for 9 from the field after halftime. Big Blue 4 for 11. Bluefield State front court. And a whistle and an offensive foul. Charge to Tyler Bowens with a hook, and that'll bring us to a break in the action. First personal on Bowens. Third team foul on Carson-Newman. 11:54 to play in the second half. Carson-Newman 45, Bluefield State 43. We return to hold after these messages on the Eagle Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Shots not falling here in the second half for either team. Eagles 3 of 9 from the field. Bluefield State 4 for 11. Carson-Newman leading 45-43 on the Big Blue with 11:54 second half, but the Eagles haven't scored in 2 minutes. No different from where we were at halftime with the Eagles leading by 2. But Bluefield State has the ball with a chance to tie or take the lead. 3 ties, 7 lead changes in this contest. Big Blue works it from right to left. Left wing, Anianwu. Dribbles inside, flips it to McDonald left baseline, backing down Thomas, curls into the lane, up and under move, gets Thomas into the air, and he lays it in. Strong take inside the post for DJ McDonald to tie it at 45. 11:30 to play in the second half. 6-0 run for Bluefield State over the last 90 seconds. Eagles in need of an answer point. Dyer, left wing with the ball. Puts it on the floor with 2 right-hand dribbles, shuffles it over to Davis, right wing. 13 to shoot. Davis bounces to Bush, right corner. 9-8, back out Davis, right wing. Davis drives, feeds Bush, right block. 5-4, Bush into the lane, turn and shoot. Rattles at home. Much-needed bucket for Carson-Newman. Eagles' first points in 2.5 minutes. Bush with 13 to lead the Eagles in scoring. And Cian retakes the lead. 47-45. Big Blue the other way. Left wing 3, gets the charity roll from Brandon Anianwu. 48-47, Bluefield State back in front for the first time since the 4-minute mark of the first half. 48-47, Big Blue with 10:40 to play in the second stanza. Big Blue's made its last 4 shots from the field. Eagles with it front court. Thomas, set of the key. Bounce down to Bush, right block. Spins on Tony. Whistle and a knee from behind by Tajmal Tony. That is his third, the team's 5th. And I don't think Bush was in the act of shooting. No, they'll say put the shot clock at 20. And ball out of bounds to the right of the basket for Ren Dyer. And you give Carson-Newman the lead again. Trip Davis, right wing. Goes to the right side of the lane for Bush. Kick out Davis, head of the key. Wide open look at a 3. In and out, no good. Rebound tapped around. Thomas comes away with it. Left block, dips inside, lays back, hits the leaner off the window. Count it, plus a foul. Smooches for Bryant Thomas and 1. The foul goes to DJ McDonald, his first and the team's 6th. Eagles retake the lead, 49-48. And Thomas with an and 1 free throw to make it a 2-point game. Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Visit McGahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. McGaha Electric, they are your East Tennessee electrical contracting source. So Bryant Thomas to the stripe for the and one free throw. Pushes it up, spins out right side. Trip Davis shoots in for the offensive rebound. Second chance for the Eagles. Davis right corner. Can it be a 5-point play? Yes! Just like they drew it up. A 5-0 run on one possession. 52-48 Eagles capture the lead. 10-minute mark second half. Big Blue front court, a turnover. Thomas intercepts the pass intended for McDonald in the paint. Eagles float up the floor. Bush head of the key. Lobs for Thomas, right block, off of his hands and out of bounds. Bryant Thomas just couldn't squeeze it. Decent feed from E.J. Bush. Bluefield State with the basketball. And as they bring it front court, the Big Blue will call for time. 9:43 to play in the second half. It is a 52-48 lead for Carson-Newman thanks to that 5-point possession. We're back to hold after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
I joined the Guard for the simple fact that I could be home and also in the military. So I can have a civilian job and also in the military. I would tell somebody who's trying to join the Guard, or thinking about it, that it's a great opportunity. Opportunities for school, training, discipline, leadership. There's a lot of opportunities. It broadens your perspective.
Next, 278-ACR to 70000 to join the Tennessee Army National Guard.
9:43 to go in the second half here in Holt Fieldhouse. Good one, 52-48 between Carson-Newman and Bluefield State. 4 ties, 7 lead changes. Neither team's led by more than 7 over in Greenville, Tennessee. That's a dandy. 2 overtimes. Carson-Newman and Tusculum deadlocked at 61 at the end of the first 5-minute bonus session in what has been a tooth and nail affair between 2 top 20 programs. 9:43 to play in the second half. It's a 52-48 lead for Carson-Newman. Bluefield State used a 6-0 run to grab a 1-point lead. Then the Eagles had an and one where Bryant Thomas missed the free throw, but Trip Davis found a 3 in the right corner for a 5-point play for Carson-Newman to put them up by 4. Big possession there for the Eagles. Bluefield State looking to counter. Cooper around to Ani Onwu left wing. Right hand dribbles to the head of the key, switches it to Cooper right wing. 3 around 2 for Bluefield State, right corner. Freeman rainbows up a 3, missed it. Rebound poked around. Davis comes out of the fray with it in the middle of the lane. Davis into the front court. Gets it to Brennigan at the hash mark left side, and who sets up Carson-Newman in the half court with a 4-point lead. Bush, right wing. Looks inside, nothing there for Dyer. Flips it back to the left wing for Brennigan. 10 to shoot. Brennigan hits Dyer head of the key. Pump fakes the 3. Steps back, now fires inside. It's intercepted, though, by McDonald. Bluefield State moves it right to left in the Road Blues. Freeman out to Cooper left point. Cooper between the rings. Right-hand dribbles on Trip Davis. Left around a McDonald's screen. Cooper gets into traffic, gets to the cup, and misses the runner with the right hand. Brennigan cleans up the glass for Carson-Newman, and the Eagles work it left to right. Brennigan into the front court. He's stripped from behind by Cooper. Out of bounds. It stays with Carson-Newman. InterDigital strives to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, internet marketing, and film production services. InterDigital, they are laser-focused on your success. 15 to shoot. Dyer has it left wing. Feeds Bush at the head of the key. Bush over to Davis right side, 8 seconds left. Dyer, free throw line, fade away, 15-footer, knocked it down, but a whistle and a foul They say Ren Dyer shoved off. Didn't have the good angle on it. But they get Dyer with the push. His second, team's fourth. 3 turnovers in the last minute 50 for Carson-Newman. But Bluefield State hasn't scored in 2.5 minutes. Eagles maintaining a 4-point lead, 52-48 with 8:16 to play in the second half. Big Blue onto the offensive end. Cooper, right wing with the ball, curls to the head of key, dribbles into traffic, gets stripped, but finds McDonald's hands. Back to Cooper, right corner, fadeaway 3, front iron, no. Rebound loose, tipped out to Aniamu, head of the key. Second chance for Bluefield State, scramble mode. Eagles settle back into the 2-3 zone, free throw line. Tony, jumper, left elbow, cans it. First make for Tony from the field on his 9th attempt, and he stops a near 3-minute scoring drought for the Big Blue to pull Bluefield State within 2. 52-50 with 7:43 to play in the second half. The Eagles get it onto the offensive end. Downstairs, right block, Bush, kick out Davis, right wing, wide open look at a 3, splash! Trip Davis, his second 3 in 4 possessions. He's the third Eagle into double figures with 12, and the Eagles lead stretched to 5. 55-50, 7:23 to play in the second half. Bluefield State onto the offensive end. Tony, left wing, feeds Aniamu, head of the key. Steps to the right elbow, shoots from 15, missed it. Rebound punched out into the right corner. Tapped into Cooper's hands. Cooper drives the baseline, glides the cup and jams it home with Eagles defense in scramble mode. Cooper with 18 to lead all scores. 55-52, Eagles by 3, under 7 minutes to play in the second half. Eagles onto the offensive end. And a whistle and a foul. That's away from the ball. And charge it to Tajmal Tony. That's his 4th. Team 7th. Free throws for Carson-Newman. We return to Holt Fieldhouse. 6:52 left in the second half. Carson-Newman 55, Bluefield State 52. We're back to Holt after these messages on the Eagle Sports Network.
How do you show your support for Carson-Newman? Head over to shopseeingeagles.com right now, where they have all of your needs covered. From clothing to outfitting your tailgate party, whether you're hunting, fishing, or on the golf course, shopseeingeagles.com is the place for you. All of your everyday essentials, from pens to phone chargers, are in one place. For the best gear in the business, visit shopseeingeagles.com today.
Okay, let's see. Carson-Newman University. It's been around since 1851. A beautiful campus, amazing student life, world-class accredited academics, competitive athletic programs, a Christian perspective, a top 10 best value school. They give $48 million in financial aid every year, and I get a free scholarship when I enroll. Looks like I've found the perfect place.
6:52 left in the second half. It's a 55-52 lead for Carson-Newman here in Holt over in Greenville. Overtime session number 2, minute 55 left. Number 20, Carson-Newman 63. Number 7, Tusculum 62 over at Pioneer Arena. Watching with the call on the airwaves of the Eagles Sports Network on 106.3 and online here at seeingeagles.com/live if you're so inclined. Here in Holt, Eagles by 3 with the basketball. Bush, middle of the lane. Drives, dishes, Davis, left corner, 3, back iron, no. Long rebound out to Aniamu. 3-on-2, the break for the Big Blue. Cooper, left corner. Picked up by Davis in transition as the Eagles get back in their zone. Round to Aniamu, right wing. Skip it, left corner, Freeman. Freeman dumps inside for McDonald, left block. McDonald twists around, right hand, airballs the layup. Offensive rebound, stick back. That rattles home for Nunnally. Playing with 4 fouls, he re-enters the game. Gets his 5th board and his 10th point. 55-54. Bluefield State within 1, 6:10 to play in the second half. Eagles onto the offensive end, and Luke Brennigan bounces a pass into the Carson-Newman bench. Brennigan, his 4th turnover and the 15th of the contest for Carson-Newman. Fourth turnover in the last 4 minutes for Carson-Newman. And now Bluefield State with an opportunity to retake the lead. Under 6 minutes to go, down by 1. Aniamu, left point with the basketball. Chest pass over to Nunnally, right wing. Drops it off into the right corner for Cooper. Cooper skips it. left wing Freeman, head of the key for Anianwu, 10 to shoot. Bounce downstairs for Nunnally. Nunnally fading over top of Thomas. Misses the tough 15-footer. Dyer elevates to grab his 6th rebound. Eagles float up the floor ahead by 1. Brennigan, head of the key. Guarded tightly by Anianwu. Drops it off for Bush up top around the Dyer left wing. Dyer, right around the Bush screen, accelerates down the middle of the lane, gets to the cup and finger rolls it home with the right hand. Lynn Dyer with 9. Lead back to 3 for Carson-Newman, 57-54. Excellent finishing at the rim for Dyer. Cian leads by a triple with 5:10 to play in the second half. Cooper, left wing. Finds Nunnally, head of the key, around for Anianwu. Deep, 25-foot three, missed it off to the right. Dyer taps the rebound up, and Thomas grabs it at the left elbow. Hands off to Dyer, and the freshman will bring it up the floor along the left side. Eagles by 3 with under 5 to play, 57-54. Bush, right point, gets it to Dyer on the right wing. Dyer finds Thomas, head of the key, with 11 to shoot. Round to Brennigan, left side. Brennigan, pick and pop on the 3. Bullseye! Beautiful screen executed by Bryant Thomas to get Luke Brennigan a sliver of daylight. He buries the tray, and Bluefield State calls for time. 60-54, Carson-Newman the lead with 4:35 to play. In the second half, Eagles have made 5 of their last 6 and are shooting 54% from the field for the game. One off Carson-Newman's biggest lead of the night at 60-54 after a late big-time bucket for Luke Brennigan. While we have a moment, 3 seconds left in OT, let's head over to Greenville, catch a moment of Michael Watrang.
It badly. Rebound loose. Burned the rebound with 8 seconds left. Gives it to Boshiu. Bounce past Weichel. 5 and 4. Weichel towards the front court is fouled by Rodriguez with 2.8 seconds to play. Rodriguez picks up her first. Tusculum allowed almost 10 seconds to come off of the clock before they fouled. Each team has a timeout, and now Weichel, we get a redo of what happened at the end of regulation.
And that's over in Greenville. Eagles and Tusculum in a tight one. Cian leading at the tail end of the second overtime session. Here in Holt, Eagles by 6, 60-54, with 4:27 to play in the second half. Bluefield State ball out of the break. 15 to shoot. Cooper down low for Nunnally. He's stripped. Bush pilfers it on the pass to the left block. Eagles float up the floor. Brennigan has it right wing, guarded by Cooper. Left around the Bush screen to the head of the key. Screen and roll to Bush, right block. Back to the basket. Looking for the kick out. Now Bush puts it on the floor. Bush into the paint, fades over top of Nunnally. Can't go. Dyer tried for the tip drill jam. It wouldn't fall. And then Bush grabs a third rebound. Third opportunity for the Eagles. Brennigan, high-low action to Bush, right block. Shoots over top of his defender, left it short. Rebound free, right side of the lane. Dyer punches it underneath the glass, and Nunnally snares it for Bluefield State. Bluefield State on the hot. Freeman down the middle of the lane, finger rolls it home. Big Blue within 4, 60-56. 3:30 to play in the second stanza. Eagles onto the offensive end. Bush working against Nunnally and 4 fouls. Bush into the lane. Kick out. Dyer, left corner. Catch and shoot 3. Airballed. Anianwu, the rebound right baseline for Bluefield State. Eagles holding on to a 4-point lead. Been a tight contest all game long. 4 ties, 9 lead changes. Eagles have led by as many as 7. Bluefield State by as many as 6. Bluefield State on the offensive end. Free throw line for Nunnally. Fires down low. McDonald lost the handle on it. Free in the right corner. Dyer picks it up. He trips over his defender. And a whistle and a foul will bring us to a break in the action. 2:57 to play in the second half. Carson-Newman 60. Bluefield State 56. The Eagles shooting free throws when we return to Holt following these messages on the Eagles Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We've got a quality contractor network, easy financing, and ANC inspects every job to assure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aecoop.org for application, contractor list, and more details. AEC, we're power with purpose.
60-56, Carson-Newman leads Bluefield State with 2:57 to play in the second half. Just gone final from Greenville, Tennessee. Number 20 Carson-Newman goes on the road and hands number 7 Tusculum a 67-66 defeat in 2 overtimes. Braylon Weichel plays all 50 minutes and goes for 28 points on 10 of 23 shooting to power Carson-Newman to a win over the 7th-ranked team in the country on the road. Eagle basketball out of the break, leading Bluefield State by 4 with under 3 to play in the second half. Been a tight contest all game long. Neither of their team has led by more than 7, 4 ties, and 9 lead changes in the first meeting between these two foes in a decade. Eagles looking for back-to-back wins in the series for the first time ever. Bush has it, middle of the lane with 12 to shoot. Backs it out, Davis head of the key. Around to Brennigan left wing. Bounce down to Bush left block, 8 to shoot. Bush backing down McDonald, cuts into the paint to the right block, tosses up, and hits it off the window. A little kiss from E.J. Bush. He's got 15 to lead the Eagles, and the lead is back to 6 for Carson-Newman. 62-56 with 2:17 to play in the second half. Eagles settle into their zone as Bluefield State gets it front court. Cooper downstairs, gets into Bryant Thomas and lays it in. 62-58, Big Blue within 4 with 2:04 to play in the second half. Eagles work it from left to right. Davis drops it off to Bush, right block. Back to the basket, curls into the lane, spins around on Nunley, up and under move with the right hand. Bush sinks it. Back-to-back big-time possessions for E.J. Bush. Lead back to 6 for Carson-Newman. 64-58 with 100 seconds left. Bluefield State onto the offensive end. Cooper, left hand handles at the head of the key, switches it Anianwu left wing. Anianwu cuts inside, gets to the right block, and gets held from behind by Trip Davis. Pardon me, they get Rin Dyer with the foul. So that is Dyer's 3rd and the team's 5th. And so Anianwu will head to the line, or he's 2 for 2 on the day and 5 for 9 on the season. Anianwu spins the ball, bends the knees, and is long with the first free throw. One more free throw for Anianwu. With 89 seconds left, and the Eagles leading by 6. 64-58. Anianwu. That one rattles home. 5-point game. 89 seconds left. Eagles 64, Bluefield State 59. Full court pressure on for the Big Blue. Eagles trigger into Trip Davis in the backcourt. He's trapped, dribbles through the trap, and gets fouled. And this is on Marquez Cooper. His first, team's 9th, 75 feet. We march the other way for free throws. Carson-Newman shooting 51% from the field for the game, 38% from long range. They've done a fair job defensively, limiting Bluefield State to 42% shooting. Davis for the 1-and-1. Pushes the front end up and gets the charity roll to earn the second. 6-point game, 65-59 with 86 seconds left. One more free throw for Trip Davis. And a chance for Carson-Newman to match its biggest lead of the night. And Davis does. 66-59, Eagles up by 7. 3-possession game with 85 seconds left. Carson-Newman has matched its biggest lead of the contest. Bluefield State onto the offensive end. Head of the key for Anianwu. Switches it to Cooper right wing. Cooper left around an Anianwu screen. Scoots it to Freeman left wing. He hoists up a 3. Airballed it. Dyer the backside rebound on the right block. Dyer gets it to Brennigan, and the Eagles work it left to right with 60 seconds left, ahead by 7. Solid defensive possession for the Eagles. Dyer pounded by Friedman on top of the jump circle. Carson-Newman content to run clock and get it to Dyer left wing. Dyer back to Brennigan at the timeline. 9 to shoot. Around to Dyer, left wing. Dyer coasting to the cup, and he throws it down with the right hand. Is that the exclamation point from Ren Dyer? 68-59, Bluefield State up the floor, and they turn it over. Ren Dyer into double figures for a 6th straight game with that dunk, matching Ish Sanders' 6-game streak from his freshman year for the longest double-digit scoring streak by a freshman. 68-59 Eagles with 34 seconds left. Brennigan fouled in the backcourt by Marquez Cooper. It's a second on Cooper, a 10th on Bluefield State, and 2 free throws coming for Luke Brennigan. 4 players in double figures for Carson-Newman, including 2 freshmen in Tyler Bowens and Ren Dyer. Certainly the future bright for the Carson-Newman men's basketball program, the efforts of those 2. Brennigan buries the first free throw. And we'll shoot one more. Eagles up by 10 for the first time tonight. Make it 11 as Brennigan rattles home the second. 70-59, Carson-Newman. CN has done the job here in winning time with a 6-0 run over the final minute. Bluefield State inside out. Anianwu head of the key 3. Back iron, no. Bush grabs the rebound on the left block. Shot clock is off. And Carson-Newman can dribble out the final moments in this one. Bush into the front court. Will dribble it to the corner. And Carson-Newman wins the final 4 minutes and staves off a scrappy Bluefield State club, victorious 70-59 over the Big Blue. Eagles improve to 4-4 on the year, while the Big Blue drops to 1-3 in a very tight tooth and nail affair. Domino's postgame report is up next after these messages on the Eagle Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Grab a slice. Our coverage of CN Hoops continues with the Domino's postgame report on the Eagle Sports Network.
Since 1916, a lot of independent agents have recommended auto owner's insurance, and a lot of parents have taken that recommendation to heart. So have a lot of their children, and grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. As we celebrate our first 100 years, Auto Owners Insurance thanks all those who have put their trust in us, and all the generations who will.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City has deals for Carson-Newman students. Bring in your valid student ID when you order for pickup or delivery, and Domino's in Jefferson City will give you a steaming hot large one-topping pizza for $4.99. That's a large one-topping pizza for Carson-Newman students for $4.99 at Domino's in Jeff City. Call 865-471-6700 to order. That's 865-471-6700. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
This is the Domino's postgame report on the Eagle Sports Network. Stats, a conversation with Chuck Benson, and socially distanced player interviews are all headed your way. Today's game is brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative, powering the Eagles and Mossy Creek. We're power with purpose. By Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
By the Eagle Club, the family of Eagles. By Pepsi, that's what I like. By Magaha Electric, providing quality electrical services and products to East Tennessee for more than 40 years. By InterDigital, IT support and marketing laser focused on your success. By the Bible Insurance Agency, the agency that service built. By the Carson-Newman Chick-fil-A, Jefferson City eats more chicken. By Lisa's Country Kitchen, the best food for the best prices. By the Kate Insurance Agency, insuring your future since 1959. By the Tennessee National Guard, a generation of volunteers. And by ShopCNEagles.com, the official online store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Now, back to the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier.
Well, for the first time since 2013, Carson-Newman has held back-to-back opponents under 60 points. Carson-Newman does the job defensively against a Bluefield State team that came in averaging 89 a night, and the Eagles limit them to 59, 30 below their season average, with a 70-59 win over Bluefield State and a contest that Carson-Newman closes in fine fettle. A 6-0 run for the Eagles in the final 86 seconds to polish off this one. Ren Dyer with an exclamation mark dunk to seal the deal for Carson-Newman over the Bluefield State Big Blue. Carson-Newman, really nice efforts inside of Holt Fieldhouse defensively against Bluefield State. The Eagles limit the Big Blue to 41% shooting, including a 39% effort after halftime. Bluefield State just 1 of 8 from 3 in the second half, as Carson-Newman shoots 52%, a season-high shooting percentage for the Eagles, 6 of 16 from 3, and Carson-Newman makes plenty of free throws down the stretch to seal the deal. Carson-Newman low on the day, 12 of 20, but good enough to get the job done over the Big Blue. 34 rebounds, Eagles +4 on the glass over Bluefield State. All of that margin coming in the second half, and CN does turn it over 15 times, but has more points off of turnovers than the Big Blue in a 70-59 win over Bluefield State. Carson-Newman, 4 players finish in double figures, led by E.J. Bush for a second consecutive game. He has 17 points on 8 of 14 shooting and some big-time buckets around the 10 in the final stretches, playing against a very good defender in Alex Nunley. Trip Davis, 14, and had a couple of big threes in the second half that guided Carson-Newman to maintaining its lead over Bluefield State. He had 14 on 3 of 8 shooting, including going 2 of 4 from beyond the arc. Ren Dyer, his 6th consecutive game in double figures with 11, 5 of 10 from the field and 1 of 9 from 3. He also had 8 rebounds, did turn it over 4 times. Dyer becomes the second freshman in the last 21 years to score in double digits in 6 consecutive games. The other guy, Ish Sanders. He did it his freshman year, and probably a little bit more explosively than Dyer did. Dyer's been consistent, there's no doubt, but Sanders' 6-game streak included that 51-point outburst that set the school record at the time against Mars Hill. And then Tyler Bowen's 10 points on 3 of 5 shooting, 4 of 7 from the field. Bowen's into double figures for the second time in his Carson-Newman career. Eagles had to contend with Marquez Cooper. He went for 20, was pretty efficient, 8 of 15 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3. Credit Carson-Newman, though, tamping down what Alex Nunley does. He was averaging 16 points and 14 rebounds a game. CN got him in foul trouble. He only played 22 minutes and finishes with 10 points and 6 rebounds. Brandon Anianwu stepped up in his stead, went for 12. Not the most efficient 12, though, 4 of 13 from the field and 1 of 6 from 3. It all adds up to a 70-59 win for Carson-Newman over Bluefield State as the Eagles prevail by a final score of 70-59. Time now for our AEC electrifying play of the game, and we'll give it to Tyler Bowens for this first half bucket.
Shots haven't scored in 2:45. Eagles haven't been able to capture the lead yet, though. They've got the ball here, though. Bowens, right baseline, drives inside, draws a double team, reverse layup. Bowens hits an acrobatic shot, count it, plus a foul. Right to left across the face of goal, plus a foul on Nunnally. His first.
So Bowen's bucket is our AEC electrifying play of the game. AEC, make the right call for energy efficiency and score big savings today. Contact AEC. They are your trusted energy partner. AEC, powering the Carson-Newman Eagles, Mossy Creek, and your life. After all, you're not just a utility customer. You are a co-op member. Carson-Newman gets to 500 on the season, wins back-to-back games for the first time since the middle of February in 2020. And CN is now 4-4 on the year following this non-conference win here inside of Holt Fieldhouse. Still to come on the Domino's postgame report, we'll check in with Chuck Benson, a couple of players. That's all headed your way after these messages on the Eagle Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
If you're looking for official Eagle merchandise, look no further than the Carson-Newman Bookstore. With a large selection of Carson-Newman gifts and apparel, you're sure to find something to please the entire family. From stuffed eagles to towel sets, sweatshirts, shorts, hats, and slippers, we literally have you covered from head to toe. We have just the item you're looking for no matter what the season. So whether you're an Eagle student, parent, alumni, or fan, shop us for everything orange and blue. Call 865-471-3539 for more information and store hours. We'll see you at the Carson-Newman Bookstore. Miss out on tonight's postgame interviews? Check cneagles.com for stats, recaps, and videos from tonight's games. We close out the Domino's postgame report in 60 seconds on the Eagle Sports Network.
I joined the Guard for the simple fact that I could be home and also in the military. So I can have a civilian job and also in the military. Fire! I would tell somebody who's trying to join the Guard and thinking about it that it's a great opportunity. Opportunities for school, training, discipline, leadership. There's a lot of opportunities. It broadens your perspective.
Text 278-ACR to 70000 to join the Tennessee Army National Guard. At the Cate Insurance Agency, our focus is you. The Cate Insurance Agency offers personalized protection plans to cover your auto, home, business, or life and health. At Cate Insurance, our goal is to partner with you in determining your insurance needs and to provide the best customer service. At Cate Insurance, we believe that loyalty is a quality that is earned. You are important to us. Call 865-475-3391 for a quote today or visit CateInsuranceAgency.com.
Back on the Domino's postgame report, Adam Cavalier alongside Carson-Newman head men's basketball coach Chuck Benson. Chuck, in conversations off air prior to this game, you made the comparison of Bluefield State to some of those Johnson C. Smith teams that you faced from years past, and what an apt comparison, a really tough and tumble Bluefield State team, a scrappy contest, but you pulled away late. What did you see out of your team, especially in the stretch run that enabled you to get some distance and go on that 6-0 run when it came to winning time?
Well, I thought our guys showed a lot of determination, character there, because Bluefield was really defending us with pride. They were playing hard. They were being physical and really challenging us on the perimeter. But our guys were really determined to do what we wanted to do and execute what we wanted to execute. And so we did that on the offensive end and then capitalized with some critical points, especially E.J. Bush, Ren Dyer, Trip Davis there late. Luke Brennigan jumped there and knocked down a big three. And then defensively, I thought we were stingier that second half. I think we held them to 26 points the second half, and I mean they were a team that they were averaging
89 tonight.
Yeah, big points. So held them 30 below their average this year. I'm very proud of our guys.
You've done something that you haven't done since 2013, and that's hold back-to-back foes under 60 points. What's that say about your defense, especially the quality of competition that you've done it against in Lenore-Ryan and Bluefield State?
Well, I think, first of all, it talks about our personnel, and I think we got guys that are capable defenders or committed defenders. And then, you know the beautiful dance that I've done with our defensive scheme in our zone. Let's call it what it is with our zone, and the love-hate relationship that's been over the years. But I've fallen back in love again, and we got the right people to execute it, and I think they're doing a fine job with that.
How much of a boost was it? Bluefield State grabs the lead, and then Bryant Thomas gets hit with an and one. He misses the free throw. Trip Davis goes 1-on-4 for the rebound, gets a three out of that little 5-point burst. How much did that mean after Bluefield State had finally worked their way back into the lead, only to lose it to that 5-point possession?
Well, I mean, Trip was literally 1-on-4 and came up with the ball. But I told him before the game, and I've been sort of praising him, that he's sort of a unique guy, one of the only guys we have that actually can make those kind of plays because he's so cat quick and agile. He's got these long arms, and he just sort of keeps it alive. And I challenge him before the game, do some of that stuff that you do. And you know, there wasn't a more critical time than at that time. So, yeah, I thought that was a big encourager for us, and I think a demoralizer for Bluefield.
Ren Dyer continues to do some things that make your eyes pop. And he has a punctuation mark dunk there in the final minute or so that really sealed the deal for your team. What have you seen out of his continued evolution, playing a freshman 37 minutes, and he gets his 6th straight double-digit game?
He's capable, and he's a warrior. He's a fighter. He competes. I've got to do a better job of trying to get him some breathing room in there because he plays so hard and our opponent's pretty physical. It's not fair to him. But I'm gonna tell you now that he had some human highlight, a big time block, a couple dunks. Don't forget. And I'm still shaking my head like I don't know what it was that Tyler Bowens did there on the very first shot he made.
That little fall away reverse layup.
The reverse layup that he could have dunked that himself. I mean, he's pretty bouncy too. So we've got some really capable young guys that one, I like them. Okay, they can be great players, and if they're bad humans, it's not enjoyable. These guys are good on the playing side, and I really like them as human beings. So we got something special developing here.
How much impact was it on the game for Alex Nunnally to only play 22 minutes and be in foul trouble for pretty much the entire night?
I think it's huge because he's a double-double, 6 offensive rebound average a game guy. I mean, he was one of their, in our opinion, one of their 2 top players. And our guys went right at him and got him his 3rd in the first. And he never really could get his foot in the second half. So that was a pretty significant. He still ended up with 10 and 6. You know, but I mean, he was averaging 16 and 14 or something. Yeah. So way below his average.
Turn your attention back to conference play on Saturday. Welcome in Wingate, we hope, pending a bunch more negative COVID tests. You've built on success from Saturday to now. How do you continue to improve with a very rough and tumble Bulldog team coming in here Saturday afternoon? Well, I mean,
we'll go back to the drawing board tomorrow and start focusing our attention to, first of all, the lessons we need to learn from this. We've still got too many players that want to focus on the scoreboard, which is typically just an outcome of things that you do in the game. And so we need to refocus ourselves on what we can control, make sure we're doing that at a more consistent rate, and take some time to learn some lessons as we prepare in hopes that we can have a better performance on Saturday.
Chuck, pleasure is ours. We'll hopefully talk to you then.
Thanks, Cap.
That is Carson-Newman head men's basketball coach, Chuck Benson. This is the Domino's post-game report. Hey, Eagle fans, Domino's is the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. So when you're hungry, reach for Domino's. Whether you're a student looking for a late-night snack or just out to eat with your coworkers, Domino's has a deal for you. Get a large one-topping pizza for $5.99 with your Carson-Newman ID, or get 25% off your entire order when you bring in your business card at lunch. Domino's, it is the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Adam Cavalier alongside senior guard Trip Davis. Trip, breakout second half for you. 2 threes after halftime, 10 total points for the second half. What lit the fire for the final 20 minutes for you to pave the way for some big-time buckets, especially late, that kept Carson-Newman on the front foot?
Just my teammates believing in me, knowing I can knock down the shot. I haven't really been shooting very well, but just having faith in me to knock down the shot.
The play that comes to mind, Bluefield State grabbed their first lead. I think it was about 8 minutes to go. Their first lead since the latter stages of the first half. Bryant Thomas goes down, gets an and one, misses the free throw. You scoot in 1-on-4, get the rebound, head to the corner. 3, 5-point play, and Carson-Newman's up by 4. Break down what happened there, 1-on-4 for you to get the rebound against a pretty good rebounding team.
Yeah, no, credit to them, Bluefield. They're a great rebound team, but just instincts, looking to see where the ball is going to bounce. Me and CB talk about that, which way it's going to bounce. And I just went for it, kicked it out to Luke. He kicked it back, and I just shot it.
You look at the balance. E.J. Bush with some big-time buckets late.
For sure.
Rin Dyer with his acrobatics to throw one down. How nice is it to have multiple threats that night in, night out are consistently?
It's very good because I feel like it keeps the other team off balance. Like they don't know who's going to go for what one night. Maybe one night EJ go for 20, the next night Ren go for 20. Luke had a spurt last game, 10 in a row. Like you never know who's going to go off, so you got to respect everyone. So I feel like as a team, that's dangerous.
Defensively, this is the first time since 2013 that Carson-Newman has held back-to-back teams to under 60 points. How much pride are you guys taking on your defense right now?
We take pride in defense like nothing else. We know we're one of the best defensive teams in the country, so we just got to continue to build on top of that and show it every night.
All right, Trip, thanks for the time. Congrats on the win.
Appreciate you, Cal.
That is senior guard Trip Davis. Quickly around the South Atlantic Conference before we get to the freshman Tyler Bowens. The one note to talk about, Carson-Newman women's basketball heads into the Pioneer Arena and collects a 69-66 2-overtime win over the number 7 team in the country. Braylon Weichel goes for 30 points on 10 of 23 shooting. Addison Bird, a double-double with 19 points and 12 rebounds. Adam Cavalier alongside freshman forward Tyler Bowens. Tyler, an action-packed 14 minutes for you today. 10 points, 3 of 5 from the field, 4 of 7 from the line. Your second career game in double figures. How has the process been for you adapting to college play and impacting the game the way you have, 8 games into your collegiate career?
I think it's the coaching staff and my teammates just believing in me and pushing me every day to get better, whether it's in individual workouts or just practice. And I just feel like everybody pushes each other to get better. Even at the things that they do wrong, they still tell you pick your head up, keep it going. So, I mean, I just think it goes back to my teammates and my coaching staff.
How helpful is it that you've got, I don't know, a quarter of the Wade Hampton High School roster here at Mossy Creek?
I mean, it's like family. I mean, it's still family. When I was at Wade Hampton, now that I'm here, it just feels like I'm back home. Just everybody playing, but just new faces on the team.
Let's turn your attention to your first bucket. I don't know how you did it. Right to left across the face of goal. A reverse layup. I don't even know what to call it. Fadeaway leaner, and you rifle in an and one play. What happened? Break down that bucket.
Okay, so I was posting up on our call play. Ripped baseline. I had already told Joshua Butts that I was going to try to dunk it because I knew he couldn't guard me. So I just stepped out, and I tried to rip through. And by the time I was going up to try to dunk it, he had fouled me, so I just tried to finesse and
that's some level of
some up
finesse.
there.
You look at the effort defensively. It snaps a string of 3 straight games where you held your foe below 40% shooting, but now you get back-to-back games holding teams under 60 points. What is the defensive key, especially against a team like Bluefield State that's so up-tempo, a team like LR that's so up-tempo, to slow them down and tamp down their offensive numbers?
I feel like it goes back to practice. Each day we go through defensive drills and we take it seriously. Mostly everybody on the team, they have to be able to defend if they want to play. Even some of the guys that don't play, they still take it serious, and it's just a thing that goes on. I think that's like our, how can you say it? That's our identity, like defense and defensive rebounding, and I think that's just our identity right now.
Turn your attention to the first rematch of this season. Wingate comes to town on Saturday, handled the Bulldogs over in Cuddy Arena. How do you build on the success from this one and the success over in Cuddy earlier this year for your first rematch of the season?
I think it just goes back to practice and going over the scout like we've been doing and taking it seriously, because it's pretty hard to beat a college team 2 times in a row back to back. So, it just goes back to practice, scout, going over everything with the coaching staff and making sure everybody's locked in before the game.
All right, Tyler, thanks for the time. Congrats on the double-digit effort and a W.
Thank you.
That is freshman forward Tyler Bowens. Quickly wrapping up the rest of the ShopSeeingEagles.com sack scoreboard over in the Pryor Convocation Center. Upset in the making, potentially. Halfway through the first half, UVA Wise leads Lincoln Memorial 16-15 over at Eliezer Arena. Newberry has an 11-9 lead on UVA Wise. One game final from earlier. Queens rolls past Tusculum 85-69. In the final game on the docket on the men's side over from Hickory, North Carolina. That contest has not yet started. Wingate, Carson-Newman's next opponent, on the road at Lenore-Rhine. For our director tonight, Riley Thomas, replay operator Richard Martin, and our camera crew, Maddie Rademacher, Katie Eakes, Drew Udy, and Caitlin Denton, I'm Adam Cavalier saying thanks for joining us here from Holt Fieldhouse. The final score, it is Carson-Newman 70 and Bluefield State 59. We'll talk to you on Saturday, we hope, when the Eagles take on the Wingate Bulldogs. Until then, have a pleasant Wednesday night, everyone. Good night.
You've been listening.